In this video I'm just going to quickly run through what I've taken with me for a multi-day winter backpacking expedition, and I say expedition very loosely, alright, because yes, I was wild camping, but also I was staying in pubs. So I know that a few people will be asking me what I took with me on the hike. Because it was winter, it throws its own sort of complications into the mix, and different decisions have to be made, whether you go, you know, to keep yourself warm and to keep yourself dry and things. So what did I wear? So I'm back. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I've had to jump off the trail halfway around to do a few things, and then I'm going to be jumping back on it. But for now, what did I wear? Forget what I'm actually wearing today, because I'm not on the trail, but the shoes of choice were Lone Peak Ultra 7s, garish in colour, I know. I did have a Montane gaiter that I used. It was a trail running gaiter, but which had a like a bungee cord that went under the shoe, which kept running out. I went through a couple on each long distance hike, so I've swapped it out for this Lone Peak's own, which has a little clip on there, and then the Velcro attaches into the back of the shoe, which has this inbuilt Velcro bit into it. Look, into the back of the shoe there. You just pull down that flap, and the Velcro goes in there like that. Under these I wore a pair of darn tough socks, which I've had for a long time, and I took 2 pairs of darn tough socks which I rotated. It was these or my Lowers. And I'd even weatherproofed my Lowers, and I was going to take them right up until the day that I set off, and then I was like, no, we're going for that. But I'll get into that in another video, the pros and cons of hiking boots over trail runners in winter. It's a hot topic, guys, one that I'm sure you don't want to miss out on. Fjällräven hiking trousers with the vents. I found these really handy, the vents. I always often open, I know it's winter, but often opening these up to get some extra airflow to me, and there's one of them on each side. I didn't take this coat with me. This is just what I'm wearing today because it's nippy. It wicks sweat. It's just an old t-shirt I got free for doing a marathon or something. This Northridge merino wool thin base layer, and that's what I hiked in with. And I did have my, oh there they are, darn tough socks. Pointless really. Can I put this back on? That it's freezing. This isn't good, is it? It's not very professional, but that's it. I was also wearing this. I had this with me. It's just a merino wool buff that I've split in half, so it's not as big. But that went round my neck. I had my Fjällräven cap on, so I could put this over my ears, and the Fjällräven cap just keeps the rain out of my eyes and the sun and whatever. And then for when I got cold, it's like a micro light Patagonia coat, which is super light and it packs down to hardly nothing, so that came with me. And also on the outside, a chest pouch I took. I don't favour it in summer because it was just giving me a massive sweat on there, and I didn't need as much stuff, but I thought it's winter, I need a lot of things to hand. And in here, my Garmin InReach Mini. Very rare that you're going to need it, but it's just in case. If I fall over and sprain my knob or whatever, I can just press a button and they'll come get me, and I can let people know where I am, do emergency weather forecasts and whatnot. It's pretty good. I got a waterproof phone holder in there as well, because I was using OS maps on my phone. If it rains or if it's torrential rain for any long periods of time, that goes around my neck. Phone's in there and I can still use it. Also in there was my Petzl Bindi head torch. I keep a sandwich bag, and if it starts to muller it down, then the torch and my phone and whatever can go in there, and that just keeps everything completely dry. I also had my Cicero guidebook in there as well. I took my hiking sticks because I was using a hiking pole tent as well, but I always take these on long distance solo hikes because they really do come in handy. And these are just my Black Diamond cork handle hiking sticks. On the outside of the bag My water bottles, just 2 plaggy water bottles. I would put electrolytes in this one. This one I just keep as water just to hydrate with, and also just mainly to cook with. This was always going to be electrolytes, so we don't use that one for cooking. And just any old plastic bottle I use. Also on the outside, my lightweight foam pad. A myriad of different uses. Just like sitting on, putting under your sleep mat for extra protection from the cold and also from thorns and sharp stones. Weighs nothing, it's always going to be coming with me that. Also on the outside of the pack, waterproofs, which I did need because obviously it's winter. It's a collaboration between Ron Hill and Mountain Equipment. Super lightweight, it's a trail running coat, no frills, no pockets, just keeps the rain off me. Also on the outside, woolly hat, just to keep lugs warm and mainly to sleep in as well. My waterproof trousers, I didn't use these in the end. Oh, well, I haven't used them so far, I'm only halfway through. Berghaus Deluge waterproof trousers. Right, into the brains of the operation. The top of the bag, the brain. I lost my Osprey bag cover, I don't know where that is, so I'm just using this old DD rain cover. Does the trick. Anti-body glide. It's for runners. I was doing it when I was doing a lot of running, and it's just an anti-chafe glide, and it really does help. Just popping a bit of this on your inner thigh or on your nuts or whatever, or under your armpits, wherever you get a bit of chafing, and it really does the trick. I recommend that. These High Five Zero Sugar electrolytes. Put one of these in your water, it replaces all your salts and things that you might lose while you're doing long distances. And that's it, that's what I kept in the top of there. On the inside of the top of the thing, we have CBD oil, which I use at the end of every day. Just helps me sleep, and it's good for joints and that. And that's Kent CBD. I do have a discount code, and I'll leave a link below for that if you're interested. Jelly earplugs. Right, let's get into the main bulk of it, the main bag. And it's all just been stuffed in here, don't worry about that. Clothes, kept in a dry bag. Obviously, everything in here is in a dry bag, individually in dry bags, and then I've put a builder's sack, which is waterproof, just as an extra layer, because in winter you can't, it's one thing getting everything wet, but you can't really dry things out. And in here we've got my nature hike down trousers, adding an extra layer of warmth for the evenings because again it's winter. A secondary pair of darn tough socks. Aclima merino wool leggings, again just for on a night time really. My lightweight Aclima merino wool base layer. My trunks, because you never know, even in winter I might want a little dipperoo. My secondary pair of pants, so these, I need some new ones, they've got holes in, man. Icebreaker, I took them and a Patagonia pair. These are brilliant, these are probably one of the best hiking pants I've ever had. I need some new ones of them, they're falling to pieces. And that was it for clothes. I just kept everything pretty lightweight, and obviously layering is the key. Also in the top, 4 are these delta pegs for the outside of the tent. The rest will be normal pegs, but in winter, up high, it's just peace of mind. Because a lot of the time when there's heavy winds, that's where your tent will fail, is at the pegs. It'll just rip the pegs out. But good luck ripping them out because they're sturdy. Electrics bag, again in a waterproof bag. We've got my pump, which it doubles up as a lantern for at night, and it also blows up my airbed. It's a little bit of extra weight, you don't really need it, but it is luxurious. After a full day hiking, it's just demoralising having to blow airbed up manually, so I'll take that with me every time, and it really does hold its charge well as well. Power banks, because you don't want to not have a phone, so I've got these 2 power banks, both by Anchor. Possibles bag, Sinnock, however you want to put, Knock, Sinnock. Water bladder to collect the water, and then my Sawyer micro squeeze, which you attach to the bottom, and that's just for procuring water and filtering it. Some biodegradable wipes, these are great, man. These are you get foot and hand warmers. They last all night. You chuck them in your sleeping bag, Pop them on your digits or in your socks while you're hiking. Great stuff. My bread bags. For anyone who doesn't know about the bread bags, is that once I've finished hiking, these are like my camp shoes. I'll put my dry socks on, the bread bags over the dry socks, and then I can wear my wet shoes just with the laces really loose and walk around and not get my dry socks wet. So top tip. Compeed blister pads, essential. Just got a bamboo toothbrush and mini toothpaste. My Soto Windmaster and a little first aid kit that I've put together myself. It's just got some antihistamines, some painkillers, a mirror to check with ticks, or if you get anything in your eye or whatever. Always handy to have a mirror. Some tweezers, some plasters, a lighter, and then this little tube here that's just got some matches, safety pin, scalpel, bit of fishing twine, just a silly little safe, like survival kit thing. Food, real termat, muesli, couple more real termats, and I took a couple of adventure foods as well. Enough food so that I didn't have to get anything on the trail. Obviously, when you're on the trail, you take advantage of your pubs and your cafes and your shops and your chippies and all that. But I like to have enough food so that if none of that's available, I can just bat on. So I took enough food for the adventure there. I had to buy this because I forgot mine. I had to buy it en route, and it's the Alp kit, and in there's the gas canister and then a little gas stabiliser, and that all goes in there, and that's what I would boil my water in with my Soto Windmaster, and that's it. Not doing any cooking on this one, obviously, just boiling hot water. The trusted and well loved, oh, it's still a bit wet and he's drying out, man, Lanshan 2 Neo Air extra large X-Therm. I've had this for years. I've patched it up maybe 2 or 3 times. It's got little holes in, but I've patched them up. It still works a treat. Keeps me warm. Sleeping bag is, well, this was the big one. I was like, do you bring me a winter sleeping bag, which is maybe an extra 500 gram, or do you go for your free season and then make it up with coats and stuff? But I'm really glad that I took this, and this is Rab Ascent 900. A wonderful, wonderful sleeping bag. And my pillow, because my other one's got an hole in it, is just this Queacher pillow. Falls down to less than this, I just chucked it in the bottom, and then it's got a real nice feel to it, nice and comfortable. You could take some snow spikes with you if you knew you were going to get snow. I was doubtful, so I risked it and didn't take them, but that's something that you could consider. And obviously everyone packs differently for their style of camping and hiking, but this is what I took. Right, there you go, that's everything I took. I'll put the weight on the screen now. I'll leave links to everything below here. My next video will be of the hike, and this sort of helps you know what I've got with me, what's in my bag, how much it weighed. Right, thanks for watching, take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Just gonna leave everything there, stack it.